Today, we're counting down the top 10 most watched movies on Netflix ever, based on their first 28 days of release. These movies have captured the hearts and minds of viewers around the world, drawing in millions of hours of viewing time. From heartwarming comedies to action-packed thrillers, this list has something for everyone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Now let's settle in, because we're about to reveal the most popular movies in Netflix history. Number 10, The Irishman. Frank, played by Robert De Niro, is a hitman who committed his entire life to devotedly protect the Bufalino crime family. The audience watches humanity get leached from him as he reflects on his life in the mob as an old man. This sociopath is facing his mortality alone, and he deserves to be. The relative ease with which he murders supposed buddy Jim Hoffa reveals his failure to build a relationship. And when he mulls over his transgressions, he exhibits no remorse, grief, loneliness, or any emotion at all. The Irishman seems gloomy and dejected. After the first 28 days of its release, this movie with a stellar cast had 214,570,000 hours of viewing time. Number 9, The Unforgivable. Sandra Bullock's character Ruth, who spent 20 years in prison for killing a police officer, is released from prison. She makes an effort to start over while looking for the younger sister she had to leave behind when she was sent to prison. But she struggles to reconnect with society. Not only does her past haunt her, but she also receives threats, harassment, and judgment from practically everyone she comes into contact with. In addition, there are certain evil individuals she is unaware of who also seek revenge. The movie's sense of sacrifice and neglected justice undoubtedly touched viewers' hearts. This movie had 214,700,000 hours of viewing time in the first 28 days of its release. Number 8, Purple Hearts. Luke Morrow, played by Nicholas Galitzine, and Cassie Salazar, played by Sophia Carson, have a weird bond. Cassie works as a bartender, but is interested in full-time music, while Luke is a delinquent-turned-Marine who lacks critical thinking skills. The two decide to get married, but they did it for the military benefits because they were in a terrible situation in their personal lives. While Cassie keeps up with her growing music career, Luke is sent to Iraq to defend America's misplaced freedom. The two faux lovers end up falling in love when they are reunited due to tragedy. With 228,690,000 hours of viewing time in the first 28 days after its debut, this romantic drama is one of the most watched movies on Netflix. Number 7, Extraction. Tyler Rake, played by Chris Hemsworth, is completely broken because he's plagued by visions of his dead son. Rake is constantly shown dashing headlong towards dangerous things like cliff jumping. The teenage son of a jailed Mumbai criminal, Ovi Mahajan, is abducted by his father's rival, Amir, putting Ovi's guardian, Saju, in grave danger. The mission to rescue Ovi has been given to Tyler Rake, but things didn't turn out as expected, and the film finishes in a tense manner. This insanely action-packed film had in the first 28 days after its release, 231,340,000 hours of viewing time. Number 6, The Adam Project. Ryan Reynolds portrays Adam Reed, a time-traveling pilot on a quest to locate his wife Laura after she mysteriously vanished. Saurian, a ruthless bad guy who exists almost just to send bad guys to their lightsaber demise, is after him. Adam crashes into the present, where he meets his younger self and forms an odd friendship. 12-year-old Adam dislikes future Adam right away, but he decides to help him after learning the mission requires going even further back to find their father and make things right. The film focuses on the timeless appeal of time travel, and is paced with beats of comedy, action, and human emotions like loss and regret. Adam Project had 233,160,000 hours of viewing time in the first 28 days of its release. Number 5. The Grey Man. The character Six, played by Ryan Gosling, gave away his identity, name, background, family, and connections long ago in exchange for his freedom. He later became an assassin and a resource for the US government. Six learns the agency's sinister secret. Soon he is being chased by the ruthless and murderous former spy Lloyd Hansen, who will destroy anything and everything that stands in his way. Thrilling action scenes, tension, and a perplexing plot are all part of the movie, which will keep audiences on the edge of their seats. With 253,870,000 hours of viewing time in the first 28 days of its debut, it is understandably one of the most popular movies on Netflix. Number 4. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Miles Bron, a billionaire tech dude played by Edward Norton, is not nearly as smart as he thinks. He organizes a luxury weekend getaway to bring together his close-knit group of friends, who arrogantly call themselves the Disruptors. This time, the game for his remote retreat is a murder mystery. Investigator Benoit Blanc has joined this adventure as a new member. Things are not what they seem, a true death happens, and Blanc searches for the murderer. But just like in Knives Out, the story has unexpected twists. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery is a wonderfully gratifying story that never goes in the way one anticipates. It had 279,740,000 hours of viewing time in the first 28 days of its release. Number 3. Bird Box. Mallory, a mother of 2 small children played by Sandra Bullock, has been hiding in a safe house with a diverse group of other survivors for 5 years after the planet was overtaken by an evil species that causes people to commit suicide. Blindness protects you since predators can't harm someone who can't see them. But it's time to go on, and doing so requires making a dangerous escape along a river while blindfolded, since even the smallest glimpse could prove fatal. Genuine thrills and unsettling possibilities are seen in Bird Box. In the first 28 days after its debut, this movie received 282,020,000 hours of viewing time on Netflix. Number 2. Don't Look Up. Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio portray 2 unlucky astronomers who discover a comet is heading toward Earth and will wipe out all life when it collides with the planet in around 6 months. When the president and her chief of staff's son didn't seem to care, they decided to go to the media on their own. However, Jack Bremer and Briette, the hosts of the show they went to, made light of the circumstance, causing Kate to lose her cool and turn into an internet meme. There have been a variety of reactions to this film, with much of the rhetoric echoing anti-science and pandemic fear. This great movie is among the most watched ones on Netflix, having received 359,790,000 hours of viewing time in the first 28 days of its release. Number 1. Red Notice. One of the 3 eggs that Mark Antony once gave Cleopatra was stolen, and FBI agent John Hartley, played by Dwayne Johnson, is looking into it. Johnson finds the missing egg in the possession of infamous art thief Booth, but Black, another thief who is posing as a member of the strike team, swaps the real egg for a replica. Agent Hartley and Booth are both jailed after being charged with stealing the egg. Black wants Booth to assist her in robbing the following 2 eggs. Although he resists, he and Hartley eventually come up with a plan to sneak the second egg out from under Black, and then go after the third, about which only Booth appears to be aware. Red Notice received 364,020,000 hours of viewing time in the first 28 days of its release, making it the most watched movie on Netflix. Did your favorite movie make the cut? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our other videos by clicking on the links in the top corners of your screen. We have plenty of other related content that you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.